Hello, everybody. Yep, here we go. We're good. Oh man, it's like I was gonna do anything right now. I wasn't gonna do nothing. I was just going to do laundry and yep, I'm actually doing something good. I'm doing something good. Yeah, and then all of a sudden YouTube was like, "Here, you just got to reveal." Thanks to bounding the into comics, like we got to reveal exactly what you need to know, and it's like, why? Why did you have to do it? Why? My goodness, why? You okay, Mama? Sorry about that. Had to check laundry. So, let me just talk about the ones which is like, yeah, I need to put this on right quick so I can actually read the Super Sentai so we can actually talk about that because that is what we really need to talk about is the ones where I'm like, yeah, I can see what exactly how bad is going down because it really is going down, but I'm not gonna truly remember them in order, so sue me. But anyways, we started with Goldbusters got to be realized. Awesome. But yeah, Tokyuger, Zyuohger. Do we even need to say Q Ranger? But it's like what did you do? Then Lupin Ranger versus Pat Ranger. Sorry, Andre again. Let's see. So we got oh yeah, Kara Major, Zenkai. Zenkai. This is where it gets to a little bit of the rest of these was when he actually got oh no, because we have Zenkaiger. That would have been kind of hard. Dawn Brothers definitely would have been hard. King Olger. The only reason why it would be hard is because it was fully cinematic. Hasbro would not pony up the cash to match their energy. Boom Boonger, and I'm like, I didn't get to see the end of it. But I'll tell you that again, their freaking damn helmets are horrible garbage. I would hope that Hasbro would do the right thing and get rid of the freaking helmets and redesign them to make them look a little bit better than what they are on freaking screen. They were horrible to me. I did not like them at all. Let me just scroll back up so I can actually tell you exactly what happened. So, Power Rangers being resurrected was a good thing, but Shinkenger to turn into Power Ranger Samurai was a horrible, horrible idea. Me, I'm like, if you wanted to do Shinkenger, you had to actually have dedicated yourself. You had to be dedicated. You had to be a good runner, you know? However, Power Rangers was a good slam. And looking between Duoja, Duoja, Vidi 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 Badio. The thing is that Geolger is different from Mighty Morphin. but they made it freaking work. They didn't have to deal with the whole issue of they're samurais. That means they're Japanese or need to be a Japanese sin. One person actually made the idea of being like, yes, I thought of that. I was talking to them and told them that. And it's like, good, but they didn't do it. So I have to come up with a messed up excuse every single time people ask me, what's the origin of Power Ranger Samurai? And I have to make the stupid excuse saying, well, they went on a cruise ship to Japan, okay? And then apparently they got chosen, and the Pink Ranger was already in Japan. So they all teamed up together to fight against I forgot their names. Nylox? Is that what they are? Yeah, so they fought against them. Then after they fought against them, they died or something. Then sadly they had to go back to America and they had the children with them or something like that. And then they took the Pink Ranger's family with her too. Or that's how we do it. It's like that's the most stupidest freaking example I've ever heard. That's the only thing I freaking got. That's the only thing I freaking damn got. The only one is that they are a bunch of damn teachers. They're all teachers that basically went to Japan. It's like, yeah, it's like, do they really need like 8 teachers that teaches them English? I mean, I think they already got enough. They don't need more. It's like, yeah, they all teachers and went to Japan, and then after that, they all flee to America and help the Pink Rangers family to help as well to go to America, and then there you go. And it's like you're hurting me. You're hurting me so badly how you're explaining this. And it's like, exactly. They're not helping me explaining this. They're not helping me at all. It sucks. It's horrible. It's the dumbest move known to man. It's like, yeah, you should have just made them half freaking Asian. Well, half Japanese, but still, it's like, again, you can't tell. And someone tried to call me racist, and it's like, okay, okay, here we go. Try to get a dude from Africa and an African American and try to tell the difference between the two without them speaking. I'm pretty sure if we dress them all up wearing both the same exact clothes, you can't tell which one from which one, which means, yeah, you could easily freaking pull this off because no one will ask unless they look at your name. But when it comes to the kids, even when it's like when she's like, I didn't know who Walter Jones was. I didn't know who freaking David Yost was. I didn't know who Austin St. John was. I don't know who Johnny Bosch was. The list goes on where it's like I didn't know them. Heck, I didn't even know their freaking Ranger names. I just know that you're the Black Ranger, you're the White Ranger, you're the Blue Ranger, you're the Yellow Ranger, you're the Pink Ranger, you're Red Ranger. Let's go. That's all I freaking damn knew as a kid. So the reading came later, right? It's like, yeah, I think the reading came like, shoot, when did reading came? It's like, ah, I think I was a preteen when I actually started reading their names. And it's like, well, damn. It's like, yeah, so kids don't care about names. You could easily have freaking substituted Asian actors into this, and we're good. And I know the messed up part about what about diversity? And it's like, then you can do Shinkinger. It's not diversity at all. You can't do diversity in Shinkinger because they're all fucking samurais from Japan. So it's like you might as well should have just said, okay, never mind, we're gonna skip the Go Sager. You should have done that. They allowed Shinkinger to be a Netflix exclusive or whatever, where it's like you just adapted it straight from the Japanese content, no changes, and you got Asian actors to play. Me, I'm like, fuck it. Get the original actors who played in Shinkinger and just allow them to do it. You're gonna have to learn how to speak English properly, but I'm like, hey, I'm cool with the cast to return. Like the original cast from Shinkinger, because apparently they didn't get paid much. And the good news is that the fight scenes are easy. It's like turning into the Rangers and morphing, they are good because they just have to dub it. So they're getting the Power Ranger lifestyle. That's what basically you're doing. And I think they will actually be loving it. They'll be like, wow, so this is how they do it in America, huh? N- We actually would like to do this. It's like, yeah, we like to do this for. Where it's like, yeah, we don't have to be in the suits. We can actually just voice over. Yeah, we have to go outside and do the usual things to, set it up because, well, Japanese to English. But they would be like, this is a cushy job. This is an awesome cushy job. Y'all guys got it good here. It's like, I don't know why you guys have been complaining. It's like, yeah, we weren't paid much and we don't, you guys don't ladies do, you don't got no union. They're like, do more shit than you do, and we get paid maybe the same amount or less. Man, get the fuck out of here. Like it's funny, like, yeah, just listen to them like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. It's like, yeah, they get to have the ground room floor. But at least Shinkenger would be made. It would be Power Ranger Samurai, and it would be the better than what we got. Sorry to say this, but it would be better than what we got. For them to go with Ghost Sagers and just make it Megaforce, that would have been a better play. Mm. All right, so then after that, so at least Go Busters made it. It's like, yeah, but Go Busters, there's some things that got cut. It's like, true. Apparently, the camera blaster, they didn't want to do it because kids don't know what cameras are because they use their phones. It's like, it's a spy movie, number one. Number two, let me see, when is it? Oh, yeah, it's 2019, right? Yeah, at the time, if you would have just done it, which that was Saban's, Spy Kids was still around. Spy Kids did their last freaking movie in 2011. So it's fresh in their minds. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure whoever did Spy Kids would most likely be like, hey, hey, because they're like, oh crap, y'all guys are setting us up to do a fifth movie, even though the fourth movie bombed. Okay, game on. He said they did a TV show. I think they did the exact same time as Power Rangers Go Busters. So, I mean, Power Rangers Beast Morphers. But Beast Morphers was not bad, though. Beast Morphers was pretty decent. Tokuger, this is where, again, I'm like, yeah, actually, Tokuger, no. Tokuger would have worked perfectly fine. Tokuger would have been good. But they again said, oh, the trains, kids don't know what trains are. It's like, dude, I live in a world that I get stopped by a train every few days. You know, I can even hear. So there's places where we do have train steel jerks. So it's weird that you guys decided to cut Tokuger, which is just a bonds. You idiot. Then we get to Ninja. It's like we don't get to have I don't have to get to have the Gamma Gamma gun. I love that gun. Gamma, 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 gamma. But yet, I don't get to have that. Thanks a lot, jerks. Yeah, like, thanks a lot, you jerks. And then they decided to change it up, and I'm like, well, I always had a thing. It's like, I would just keep on doing it over and over again, where I'm like, yeah, we just have five kids. They were getting trained. Their temple got attacked or their dojo got attacked, and they have to be five rangers now that got you know, they have to do it. There we go. Personally, I'm like, why not just do it though? Why not just do it? Why not just adapt the Japanese version of it? It's like, yeah, but that means they'll be cousins and stuff. It's like, it's easy. I don't understand why you don't understand. The Red Ranger and White Ranger will be brother and sister. The Blue Ranger, Yellow Ranger, and Pink Ranger will be separate cousins. So, and you could just say that many of them were adopted. Yeah, so the Red Ranger, White Ranger was not adopted. They're brother and sister. They actually are of the bloodline. As for the Blue Ranger, Yellow Ranger, and Pink Ranger, they are basically adopted from other people. Yeah, so they adopted children. So there you go. You can have your stupid diversity if you want it so damn badly. It's like you want it so damn badly. There you go. Yeah, but I do like the story they told though. It's like, yeah, it's like gotta admit though, I do kind of like the story they told. It is not that bad. The only messed up part is that I do like what Ninja did with their storyline. I did like the father is struggling. We have no idea what's wrong with the father. He should have Ninjetti. Yes, the energy that they'll be used, I would say, is Demon and Jetty. There you go, going back into the day. And his powers were taken away or just faded, but it's revealed that your um stepbrother, well, god brother took them from you. And they defeated him and he got to have it back. And it's like that wasn't a good movement. And then the Inshuriken is what they're looking for. The Inshuriken is inside their grandfather. Their grandfather's been dead for so long, and for him to pass on the Inshuriken, they have to go into combat and kill him. Yes. You say, oh, the ninja's so silly. They gotta kill their grandfather. And they all refuse. They refuse to kill their grandfather and say that we'll find a way to rise to power, to more power our own ways, which is why the Blaze Megazord came to be. Yeah, so they outdid themselves. I, I hate the Megazord, but the idea still stands of where it's like they found a higher bit of power without having to kill their granddad and absorb his. Was it called Moji Kara? No, I think that was Shinkenger. But either way, yeah, the the Ninjetti Force or powers or whatever we're gonna call it. And you can expand on it for the first time ever. It's like, yeah, it's like we don't know where Ninjor is. It would be great to see Ninjor. In this series. You had Ken from Ninja Storm would have shown up. I think they did bring Zahiri. I think that's how to say his name. Don't quote me. Don't sue me. Was like, yeah, but he came there too. It's like a new guy, and it's like, well, that would have been cool. New to us, or new to me, and it's like, well, it would be cool, but I think they adapted into something else. It's like, oh, great. I think they might have skipped it. And then, of course, you had that cool scene where you had all the ninjas show up, which would they been able to do it? Yeah, yeah, they would be. It would be on the cusp because he did do suicide, though. Rest in peace, man. But it's like if yeah, but here's the funniest part. It's like I'm sorry just to be like a ripple effect. But what if you did do that episode? You got the Akotar Red Ranger back. You got the guy who played Shane in Ninja Storm back, and this was what he needed to get out of the dumps and keep going. What if this is what he needed in his life, and he would still be alive today if you would have done this stupid episode, you idiots? It's like, oh my gosh. It's like, I'm not gonna put it on you, but I'm just saying though, he needed a raise of spirits. It would be interesting to see if this was the episode that could have done it. For him to actually be smiling, seeing everyone, and who knows, just a talk. A talk could happen to where it helped him lift his spirits and he become a better person than he was that day. We don't know because you decided to say, "Oh, we're getting rid of that episode." Good job, idiots. Good job. Zyuohger. Zyuohger would have been hard, but I would figure you would be smart enough to just make alien, animal, human hybrids. You know, you have to have lots of prosthetics. You did it before. Well, Disney did it before with Cat for Cat Ranger. They did it before. Let's see. I think that's about all I can remember. It's like they did it before though. So I'm like, if they did it before, then just a few of them need to have freaking prosthetics on them. It's like blue, white, green, and yellow ranger will all have prosthetics on them, and it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But here you are being like, oh, we're just gonna skip it. It doesn't have any. It's like Hasbro, you just prove with Go Busters, sorry, with Beast Morphers that you can make a good Megazord. I would like to see what you would do with the Jew Older Megazord. Please remake make it so it's like it'll be good to have versus it's a blocky mess. This thing is so blocky, it's not funny. And I know it deals with lots of blocks, but it's like it's either that or you'll just make action figure versions of it. You don't know what to tell you. But Zyuohger was a good show. It was a very, very good show. And besides Tokuger, Zyuohger would also have another Orange Ranger. So we have two Orange Rangers in our mix. As for Q Ranger, what you guys did is the same thing you did for Die Ranger, which amazing that you decided to do that. For those who don't know, in Mighty Morphin Season 2, they decided to take the Rangers away from their Zords. So the Die Rangers, which that's sadly the name they're gonna get because they didn't get to have Season 2 of Mighty Morphin or change their names, their Megazords were used while their suits were thrown in the trash, except for, of course, Tommy's. Except for the White Ranger, aka mm, Coral Ranger. Is that what his name is? I think that was his name is. So it's crazy. That's like, wow, just wow. So they did it again with Q Ranger, and I don't know if this was just to spite Bandai and um, Saban's because they were talking. Bandai Japan and Saban's both actually, they both actually came together and said, "Hey, we want to make a series with you. We like you, dude." It's like, yeah. It's like I remember our time together, man. Yeah, 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 man. You're number one, man. Yeah, what's up, that, man? It's like. So they decided together to make the suits and make the Zords ish, but at least the suits, and they were going to get in together on this. They were gonna get in together, but sadly, things fell apart. Hasbro took it, and instead of going with Q Ranger, they went with Go Monsters. So, yep, and now here we are full circle, and they decided just like, oh, we're just gonna use the Zords. It's like, man, and they didn't even want to go. It's like, so you abandon even the morphers, you abandon the suits, you abandon the morphers, which is understandable because they had 12 to 13 Rangers. Oh my gosh. And the Morpher was awesome, but they decided to they make a new Morpher, and sadly, due to, it can actually hurt kids, they made a crappier version for them to buy versus real version, which was pretty cool. And I think it would be kind of cool if you're able to use that ball, throw the ball up, and you're able to catch it in your Morpher. That would be cool. That would be freaking cool. And maybe have a spring load to get it out. Boing. It's like, yeah. They should have just went Q-Tamas. If they would have went with Q-Tamas, which those are what the Rangers used, then pretty sure you wouldn't have the hot eye problem that you guys were like, oh no, oh no, oh no. As for Looping Ranger or the Paddle Ranger, this would have been great because now we have a mix between Gokaigers, which we don't even have a good equivalent to it because you decided to mix it up with freaking Megaforce. Idiots. And then we have Battle Ranger, which is like, oh, so this is going to be a good step. So Adam and everyone else, and maybe even the Silver Guardians, now reveal that, hey, we're in a process of making SPD. Here is the next line that's going to carry us to SPD, which is Pato Ranger. Or I don't know what they're going to call them. It's like, I don't know what they're going to call them. SPA Rangers? I don't know. It's like, me don't know. Trio Soldier. It was nicely done. They did do that nice. But like I said, when it comes to the rest of these right here, I mean, Kara Major could have been done. Kara Major should have been the last series that they would have tackled. This would actually have wrapped everything in a tight little bow, being like, whatever happened to the Zeo crystals? Where did the Zeo crystals go? Where did the Zeo crystals come from? Congratulations, Kara Major will now finally answer that question. You stupid morons over there. But yeah, Cat Lady Algent, for all they did when it came to writing these, it was horrible. Well, I guess it's not really horrible. And I just heard his name a moment ago, but let's just say the showrunner decided to actually not get them to get shot in a bullet, but it's like it gets very messed up. It's like, oh my gosh, okay. So the showrunner said that, oh, it was corporate that said that you have to put some funny hijinks in the episodes. Callie and Algent were like, "Oh, but we weren't trying to, and we were cleaning it up a bit, and it wasn't us. It was the boss. It was the boss who did it. It was the boss." So it's like, yeah, but even after he left, so I guess they misspoke. It shouldn't have been Saban's you were talking about. It should have actually have been it was corporate, or it was Hasbro. It was Saban's brands and Hasbro that made you do it. So at least the good news, you won't be screwed yourself over where it's like, it was Saban's did it. It was Saban's did it. It was him. And it's like, yeah, but he left the next year. So then your freaking statement now, because it still continued going after he left, is null and void. Because he left, but you're still doing the slapstick and all that crap. Doofus. Doofus. No, doofus. One second. All right. So back to what we got at. So is it a good idea for Hasbro being like, we don't know what to do no more. We have no idea. We don't know. We don't know. Meltdown, meltdown, meltdown. And it's like, there was a time in Power Rangers history where you straight up just copied Super Sentai and gave it to us. You did that for Time Force. You did it for Wild Force. So I don't understand why you couldn't do it right now. You should have been on freaking cruise control in this. That's what you should have been. You should have been in cruise control. The only messed up part is now looking at what you're talking about is, yeah, remember when I talked about it, which I think I did talk about this where, and then I talked to somewhere else, yep, in the talk show. The thing is that you had the parents. Apparently, this was the moms. It's like, yeah, but there's two freak damn wars. There was two wars that were happening. War one. Oh my gosh, they're asking us for stuff, and we don't know how to say no. What are you supposed to do? So parents and grandparents came up, rise up, and said that, oh, you're doing too much materialism crap here. We want you to stop. And that eventually did come into play, and thus is why we don't have Saturday morning cartoon shows anymore. And well, I think they're dead and their grandparents themselves. And it's like, yeah, the joke's on you, dumbass. You didn't know that the internet will be something and you didn't do protocol for that. So now exactly what you were saying, no, I don't want this to happen, is happening again because you only did it for the TV shows. You didn't do it for online stuff. You idiots. So you tried to compensate for yourself, but here you are with this, and now it's weird that the grandparents are not saying anything, which is like I'm pretty sure because they're even more sickly than it used to be. And as for the parents have too much stuff to do to where it's like they can't even worry about the whole materialism crap. That and also they know what the word no means. Ooh, you deserve to get slapped like that. I'm sorry, but you had to. It's like, yeah, because they know what the word no means. They know what it means to say no. Y'all guys didn't know what the no means back in the day, you idiots. And let's see, that wasn't this one. Oh, don't forget about the education, edutainment crap, which that is still going on today. Good job, idiots. The third one was on Power Rangers, and apparently it was just the moms. The dads don't really give a care, which is like cool. But the moms. So the moms basically came in and said that, oh, Power Rangers is too violent. Can you tone down the violence? Because it's too violent. And it's like, I enjoy the violence. I even had to ask my mom to make sure because they were like, oh, and they can imitate it. And it's like the PSAs wasn't good enough for you with Jason David Frank because they made PSAs to make sure that it's like, hey, you shouldn't be trying this at home. You shouldn't be trying it at school. If you want to do it, you need to find a dojo so you can be trained properly. And it's like, yeah. The more you know. Doon, 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 doon. If I had that set up, let me see, let me see, let me see. I'm gonna set it up right quick, just because I'm too stupid and silly. Okay. I wonder if you heard that. I think you might have. If not, then damn. Oh, hopefully you heard that. If you didn't, then it's very good. Anyways, the craziest part has to be just the fact of they got it to work. They did it. Yes, they actually did get them to tone down the violence, and now it's kind of lackluster. It's like it didn't really have the zing that it once did. Eventually, later on, you can see it for yourself. And then all of a sudden, of course, they have to put life lessons into it, and they have to do funny slapstick, which I think Mighty Morphin was fine. Yeah, but notice that eventually, when they got serious again, they said, "Screw your slapstick." It's like, yeah, it's like, well, they did do slapstick, but they did it subtly. In Space did it. Lost Galaxy did it. They had Broken Skull in both of them, and Broken Skull didn't really do much because they knew that, hey, we were on a roll. We don't need to freaking do slapstick. Wild Force, Time Force, nothing. Ninja Storm, kind of, but not really. I think Dino Thunder kind of did. So either way, the sucky part is that yeah, and it's unbelievable that Hasbro quit because it was hard to do it. And it's like, well, maybe you should stop trying to do this because in the end, do you know who's trying to freaking buy your stuff in the first place? Who? The adults. You have fans who grew up with Power Rangers, me included, and you could easily just make teenage version of Power Rangers. AKA the uncensored, straight from the tap, Super Sentai to Power Ranger stuff. Like for instance, Hokuger could have been that. Pato Ranger, Urban Ranger was Pato Ranger could have been that. What other ones that could have been? Let's see. King Oger could have been that. Q Ranger could have been that. I think you could have done a redo of Go Sagers and redo of Go Kaijers. Yeah, so redo of Mega Force and Super Mega Force, so you can actually have better versions of it. And you could easily just be like, yep, and we basically boot the ones that we already hired to the curb. Sorry Noah, sorry Mia, sorry all of y'all, but you all kick the fuck out, get out of here. It's like, yeah, you have two Rangers, but it's like, let's have two Rangers. Yeah, we always have two Rangers, right? We had yeah, we basically do have two. So yeah, we always had two. So anyways, I'm just saying that you don't always have to make the Megazords. You don't always have to make the Morphers. You don't always have to make the fig. You always make the figures. You always make the figures. I can tell you that. Always make the figures. And sometimes you always should make the Morphers. Sometimes you should make the Morphers. And that's for the Megazords. Sometimes it's good to skip them. No, the thing that you really need to do is gauge on what the audience are saying. Because if the audience are saying we want the Megazord, then you should make the Megazord. Just saying, you should make the Megazord, make it a limited and minor supply, and just do a little bit and just see how it plays out. Or since you guys love to do online, let it be online. It's easy. Easy. It's like easy. So at the same price as what a Japanese version of it would be. Maybe 75% is what it is at times. So as for I mean, Hasbro just quit on Power Rangers because y'all guys just don't know what is called being on cruise control. But even though Cat Lady Algent were decent enough, and Simon, that was his name, they all kind of were good. I would say, yeah, you need to have a better person. Heck, you need to do the best thing ever. Get the guy who got freaking kicked out in RPM. Allow Jason, I believe that was his name, allow Jason to come back. Allow him be the showrunner. Allow him to hire the freaking writers. Allow him to do it. Because if you allow him to do it, look at RPM. And he was going to do even more stuff on RPM before he got fired. He should be your showrunner when it comes to the Netflix versions, the Netflix ones that you're going to release. Allow him to be it. And I know it's kind of sad that he has to go by the book, but there's some things that he can actually do to make it actually spice it up a little bit. Either way, I trust him. I don't know if I can trust Simon. Definitely can't trust Cat Lady Algid because they just said, "Oh, Sabans did it. Sabans made us do the fart noises and shit. Sabans made us do all the hijinks." And it's like, yeah, but then as soon as he was gone, you still did the hijinks. You didn't do the farts anymore, but you did do the hijinks that's totally made Ben and Betty stupid and dumbass. Where it's like you're contradicting them. Are they smart or are they stupid? Which one is it? Are they smart or are they stupid? That's all I have to ask. Are they smart or are they stupid? Because you don't freaking make the difference of what are they? Not to mention when it comes to what was his name? Victor Amonte. They could have actually skipped school. They could have just school and become millionaires and just let's just see how it played out. Now it would have been a fun thing just allow them to do it. But I'm pretty sure that even the bad kids have to be role models to you, huh? They're bad. You know that they wouldn't want to freaking do anything with those guys. The heck? Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then of course you had Chip. I think it was his name, Calvin. It was Calvin. And you had Calvin basically do the wrong thing that kids should not know to do, which is kids can have freaking part-time jobs. Did he really need to actually be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna quit school and do what I'm doing best"? It's like, no, no, you don't have to quit school. Keep going school. The thing that you really need to do is have an after-school job. Okay? Just do it for like 1 hour to two. That's all we're asking. That's all I'm saying. Allow him to keep doing what he loves. Instead, you're like, no, he needs to go to school, stay in school. Screw that you can do what you love and get some money on the side. It's like, you're as bad as what happened to me. I couldn't get a job until I get AB honor roll. And when I did, I still was denied of it, even though I'm like, but I would like to have stuff. And this is dating me. I would like to have had the Game Boy Micro. I don't have the money to buy it. I would have liked to have bought the Wii system. I didn't have the money for it, even though it also sold out. I would have liked to have From Russia with Love from James Bond. I would have liked to have so many games that originally I own them versus, dude, I bought them later in life. At least the good news is that I bought them less than $10 or so. But someone did own them, and well, it's not truly mine, and there could be like some secret scratches I don't know about or something like that. And it's like, yeah, well, if I originally bought it, it's like it's on me. Like, yeah, it's like it's on me, It's like, shoot. That besides just talking about how I feel. For Hasbro to just give up on Power Rangers like this, and even when they were like, "Oh, we're going to make the best suits ever," dang, your suits are horrible. Dang, it would have just been better. What you did is just rip off what happened in Q Ranger. Yeah, just take their suits and just put the freaking helmet, your freaking new helmet on. There you go. The end. It works out. No one will freaking know. Yeah, you just take the bottoms of the freaking Q Ranger suits, and there you go. it would have worked out. It would have freaking worked out instead of this, where it's like, did you guys take like some inspiration from Movie Rangers? Because I think there was one Movie Ranger or so that looked just like that. It's like, I don't know what to tell you, but apparently it was so bad that even you said, I'm not going to make figures for this. Because you knew that the suits were bad. So now you said you're not going to make any figures in this. One thing that Beyond into bounding into comics didn't mention or even notice is the fact uh what was the fact that Mighty Morphin sells, that everyone continues to go to Mighty Morphin. He doesn't like it. I don't like it either. We all don't like it. Bruno doesn't like it. But you know what sells the most is Mighty Morphin for some stupid reason. Which is not even stupid reason. It's because everyone likes what they had begin in before. And I think they have a large audience when Mighty Morphin showed up. As for every other ones, I don't know what to tell you. Every other one, I mean, they don't want to do a leap of faith. Though. They don't want to do a leap. And I'm like, I'm not asking you to do a leap. What y'all guys should do is the following. Find the anniversaries. Do it. I typed it already. I'll type it again. Because you had so many anniversaries that happened this year. 2025 anniversary Power Rangers. Because I typed this already before. I'm gonna type it in again. Uh I did something stupid because I didn't type one. What Power Ranger anniversary are in 2025? Because I typed this once, we'll do this again. So here we go again. Exactly what we have. We're just like, here, you can test the waters. You got four things you can do. Four things. Number one, the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers, the movie. And we have season two of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And we also have season three of Power Rangers. So we have Lightspeed Rescue. We, of course, have SPD. And we have Dino Charge. So, what exactly can you do? Oh, it's very freaking simple. Sadly, you can't do the movie morphers anymore because it's already been done. Can you do the Dino, the Thunderzords? Yes. Do them exactly what you did with freaking Playmates should have done the Thunder Megazord instead. If they did the Thunder Megazord instead, do you know how unbelievable that would be? Do you know that I would actually be jumping up and grabbing that the Red Dragon Thunderzord right now? I would have it right now because it'll be a redesign. They most likely have changed things to where the Red Dragon's head would pop off a break. They would actually address the stuff that is wrong with the Megazord. And sadly, even the legacy version of it still had that problem. And you still had to buy all of them, not just the Red Dragon. So it's like, dude, not to mention, it looks like they could have actually was I'm like, for season three and for the movie, just give us the Falcon Zord with electronics in it. That's all you got to do. Just give us just give us the Falcon Zord with the electronics in it. And you most likely will be all good. Lightspeed Rescue, give us the Morpher. And the Titanium Ranger too. SPD, give us the Morpher. There you go. And Dino Charge, give us the Morph. I guess you would give us. I don't know. It's like I guess you can't really give us the Morpher. Morpher's kind of all right, but it's like you. I would say yes, give us the Morpher, and yes, make it adult size Dino batteries. But as for me, where I'm like, give me the figures, I would love to say for SPD, kind of SPD, Lightspeed Rescue definitely, and Dinos. I was like, you might as well do what happened in 2012, 2013. Just release the Red Ranger's figures and the Special Ranger figure. So SPD would have the Red Ranger and Titanium Ranger. SPD would have so many to choose from, but I'm like, go with the exotics. Do crazy. It's like, heck, for SPD, since it's 20 of year, and not only that, but it's like, it's 2025, exactly the same year that SPD starts. Give us all the figures. Give us all the figures of SPD and the Megazord too. Original Megazord too. Because it deserves it. It's 2025. If you didn't like it, then tell Disney you're an idiot. Why did you do this? You should have made it 40 years later, you idiot moron. As for Dino Charge, I'm like, yeah, Red Ranger, Silver Ranger, and of course, Death Ranger. Yeah, release Death Ranger too. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea, but I'm just saying the thing that you really need to do the most is that if you really actually want to do something, Hasbro, is this. The bare minimum is just release the freaking morphers. Make the morphers in decent quality. You bring the Lightning Collection back with the morphers. Yeah, you got like at least three morphers to do. The only messed up part with Dino Charge is that you have to make all those batteries as well, which I'm like, I don't know what to tell you on that one. It's like, I don't know. And again, I would say Playmate should do this, not you, is the Red Dragon Thunder Zord should be made. Yes, for Hasbro, make Falcon Zord, but allow it to be electronics. Perfect. You could even do the movie Megazord too, since you're not really doing much. That's about it. You see? Yeah, they could do something. It's like if you're in a rut, just follow the current. Just do the ones that actually are anniversaries. Celebrate the anniversaries. You don't even have to do My Orbit. Celebrate the anniversaries. Allow the one that's the longest, that's been way over there, to get stuff. Which I think, sadly, for the movie, it's like the movie Rangers. Do they really need to have a re-release? Well, they got the small. They had only small figure versions of them. They didn't actually have ones that are actually like very big and posable. So it's like, oh, okay, well then I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's like I guess you could do those figures. I guess you could. But also, I would say Lightspeed Rescue deserves to have more respect than it's getting. Yeah, and personally, I'm like, if it's the anniversary of them, what you need to do is very simple, which is you just need to, if you're very cheap, just make the morphers. Dino Charge, I don't know what you're gonna do because they need dino batteries too. So are you just gonna give them five, and then it's gonna be a mail-in rebate to get the rest of them? But the rest of them are on your website. I bet that's what you could do. There you go. Now let's see. So after that. Yeah, so all I'm getting, then the step up will be the figures. Well, I think the figures will be still too much. I think they have to do the Megazords. So yeah, it's like SPD gets the original Megazord. Dino Charge used to have the original Megazord. Uh, Lightspeed Rescue gets to have the original Megazord. And as for the movie Megazord, make sure the movie Megazord, which is the one that's actually wow the most, the Falcon Zord, if you include it, will have electronics. You have to give it electronics this time. It's 30 years, man. You got to give it electronics. You think kids are buying those? Kids are not buying a Falcon Zord. Kids are not buying the movie Morpher. I mean, well, the movie Morpher don't do that. The movie Morpher, no. For the movie, you've got too many movie Morphers out there. Stop it. No. You just need to focus on the Megazord. Focus on the Megazord and figures. Because the movie Morpher has been done for so long that it's like you don't need to do anything at all. You don't need to do nothing. Yeah, so basically, again, it's like you can do the full set. You can do half of it where it's like you get the Morpher and the Megazord, or you can just give them the Morpher. I know that when it comes to Lightspeed Rescue, you better give them the Morpher and the Titanium Morpher. You need to make both. SPD is like, you could you do the Omega Ranger? Yes, you could do the Omega Ranger Morpher, but Who's really asking for it? Sorry to be a jerk, but who's asking for that? Just do the normal warfare. You'll be fine. I guess the real funniest part is like if you want to really be messed the freak up, then what you really need to do is just get it, ship it from Japan. Yeah, just ship it from Japan. They made an anniversary morpher. All you got to do is just reprogram every single one of them so they can say stuff. And then, of course, you need to get all of the actors back, which thank goodness all the actors are still alive, so you can actually get them to do voice action. Voice. Yeah, you can just do them do voices and make sure you rip some from the TV show, or you can find a person who actually did the voices in the TV show, which I don't think they had a voice on the SPD morpher. So then you're good. Yeah, all you really got to do is just get the Rangers to say stuff. Yep. And also have the theme in there. Da, 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 da. Dee, 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 dee. You know how many SPD morphers you would be getting? You would be sold out of the SPD movie morpher, I mean SPD morphers, but it's not even funny. You're missing money here. And that's the sad part. You're missing money because of your mental breakdown and now your stupid ideas. Only by saying this. Power Rangers grew up. They grew up. When lights when Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. Heck, even Power Rangers in Space, they grew up a bit because they stopped the slapstick. They knew that they need to be serious, and they did. When Disney got it, I think the slapstick wasn't that severe. Yeah. It's just that horrible misstep that they made with Operation Overdrive that was kind of the real messed up part. It's just that. It's just two missteps. But truth be told, is like Power Rangers grew up in a certain way. So I don't understand why you can't just allow it to continue on. Allow it to grow up. Allow it to be for the teenagers and preteens and possibly even adults. Allow it to be for them. Because of the kids have a lot of stuff right now. And let's not forget, freaking parents back in the day made sure that they stopped the whole advertising. So I think you got nothing here. It's like I think you got nothing here. So you might as well get the ones who actually will be looking around for the stuff versus the kids who I don't know, man. Like they said, even Hasbro said it themselves. The kids are not buying the toys. Well, who are buying the toys then? Market it to them. Make stuff that makes them want to freaking support you. You doofus. But either way, yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that happens that equals to where this is where we are. It sucks. This is where we are. So I don't know. Will Power Rangers rebound back? I have no idea. We just, it's like, again, like I said, like they're gone now. Ades Entertainment should have been the ones who righteously got Power Rangers. If you would have gave them Power Rangers, perfect, perfect. Because that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like it should have been. It should actually have been this of where Ades Entertainment should have got Power Rangers. Like they continue on with Kamen Rider to the point where Japan doesn't actually have to be like, we're going to do it for both of y'all. We're doing it for Japan and we're doing it for USA. Isn't that awesome? They wouldn't have to do it because Ades Entertainment is on top of them. And hopefully, Ades Entertainment will usurp to the point where it's like, Hasbro, I mean, spawns who? We at Toei love Ades Entertainment. Spawns who? Because that's how it should have been. But sadly, I don't know what the contract was. I have no idea what's going on. It seems the toys kind of was good, but they were still behind the times. And again, Bandai America was basically had enough of Power Rangers, had enough of Power Rangers. And when they look at that, they're like, oh, it's Power Rangers. We're not going to do anything for that. We're going to do as crappy as possible as we can do with them. And we're going to make sure that it's not going to be anywhere. It's like, yeah, you can rarely find these toys too. And it's like, so what was the deal of the toys? Were you supposed to try to actually sell the toys and do the same thing that Saban's does? Or, so we don't know. We'll never know. Maybe someday I'll try to reach out and find who worked in the desk entertainment so I can have a conversation with them. For the time being, is we're stuck in this rut. And they still continue on with Mighty Morphin because Mighty Morphin sells the best. Even though it's like, yeah, but they are never giving another freaking damn season a turn to try to prove you wrong. That's the messed up part. And oh yeah, one final thing to talk about is what bounding into comics said again was the fact of where it's like, well, they said it, period. Hasbro and everyone, Disney, Saban's. He wanted to have a lasting impression versus going to the next season, to the next season, to the next season, to the next season. That's why I guess they held on to our precious Mighty Morphin Rangers for so long because they didn't know how to let go. That and also Bandai America is an idiot. Bandai America was the one who started this, where you're like, please, please don't do what you do. Don't go to the new suits. Don't go to the new suits. We still have lots of toys of the old suits. If you do that, you'll screw us over. Don't do it, no. And it's like, wow. So, and then they made even more with the suits, which is like, dude, you just, it's laughable where it's like, wow. It's like, wow, Bandai America back in the day, total idiot jerks. It's like, listen, just sell the rest of the toys. You did Power Rangers playback. That's what you should have done when it came to that. Even though it didn't really exist until in the 90s. It's like later. Yeah. They had like, yeah, I think it was 1998 when they did that. Was like, you could have done that right now. You should have just did a fire sale, you know? You should have just did something where it's like, yeah, bing bang boom bam. You know, we should have had the Die Ranger suits. We should have been able to go to the next one. As for Aquatar Rangers, that's where it's like, yeah, and they got the worst end of the stick on that. Power Rangers basically got screwed. And I think Adess Entertainment could have been the best place for them to go. Only messed up part is that I think Saban's was jealous, and for some reason he didn't notice them, which I think he did. It's like I think he noticed them. I think he got very jealous and pissed off because they did Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. They did a Kamen Rider show, and it did good. He tried to do a Kamen Rider show. I don't want to say his name, and it failed. It was so bad. And then he tried to do another one. It's like, was it the same time? I think he tried to do it later. But again, the thing is that he could have actually went to them and supported them. He could have actually have been like a partner in that freaking thing and give them the money to continue on doing Kamen Rider. And then he would have been able to get them Power Rangers, and then he would be good because they have Power Rangers, they have Kamen Rider, got superhero time. The only thing he had to do now is get Vortex, and then boom, until we get to the point of where it's like maybe Vortex still would have not survived, and then dang. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to wait for. All I could do is just be like, I don't know. It's like I don't get to have anything. There's nothing, okay? There's nothing here. There's nothing here. The only thing here now that is promised to me, allegedly, is that I could get Dragonzord battle mode without having to buy the whole entire Megazord. The only messed up part now is like, oh, then it's gonna be online. And it's like, no. I don't think they're that stupid. I don't think they're gonna be that stupid. I think what's gonna happen, hopefully, if I'm correct, which I don't think they're gonna be that stupid, is that they might actually mix it in so where it's like we get less Triceratops and saber-tooth tiger, and we're gonna get Mastodon thrown in and Dragonzord. So that might be the second thing that they're gonna do. So if that's true, then good, good. But right now we don't see what they have. It's like for 2026, it's like it's nothing. And it's weird that you don't have winter of 2025. It's weird that you don't have that. It's weird that you're spaced it out and it's like it's what is this your spacing playmates? It's like I never noticed your spacing because you gave me turtles, we good. That's all. You gave me turtles, we good. This one I'm like, yeah, but I'm waiting for Dragon's War because I really would like to have a Dragon's Zord that is not the Legacy collection that will be out there. And I'm like, it's out on the shelf. It's getting dust on it. It's getting aging. I think the longer it stands, the more it actually will have gravity saying "screw you." It's like I mean, thanks to Bonds for saying the Power Rangers, but couldn't you wait like 2 weeks more? So when they release the Dragon Zord, I'll be good to go. Because they were playing on Dragonzord, they were playing on a White Tiger, they were playing on, of course, all the other ones. They had 3 years planned for this. And it's like, it came to save them, but it's like, you jerk. I wanted the Dragonzord too, man. It's like, I wanted the Dragonzord. Anyways, I'm done. I should continue to just do what I need to do, which is laundry. But it sucks that Hasbro's an idiot, number one. Disney lasts longer than them. Disney lasts 7 years. Hasbro lasts 5 years. It's like, yeah, it's like, wow, Disney lasted longer than you guys? Really? Disney lasts longer than you? Really? And they all have the same, well, technically Disney didn't have the same tactic. Yeah, it's only in the end when Disney was like, we're gonna cash in, then we're gonna kill Power Rangers. Like, yeah, it's like it's only in the end they did the whole cash grab for Mighty Morphin. In the end, which technically you are doing it in the end, but you're doing even crazier. And well, technically Disney had a plan, and the good news is that the plan gave us Miraculous. The bad news is that the show never happened because someone or someone else did something, or we can just go along with what was Toei said, which Toei said no. It's like, yeah, it's like Toei said no. You want to make a live action? Toei said no. But it seems like it just crumbled. Someone said no, or someone gave up, or something. I don't know. It's too bad they don't just do the cool thing of being like, well, let's bring back Beetleborgs. Big bad Beetleborgs. We own the rights to them. It's like, yeah, it's like we're just gonna air it somewhere, and it's like, yeah, it's like, is Beetleborgs doing the same thing that Power Rangers are doing? I don't think so. It's like if they are, I'm like, oh, this some bull. I didn't know they did the same thing. Let's see. Looks like they don't have anything. Yeah, it looks like they don't have anything. I mean, someone has the episodes, but it seems like no, the Beetleborgs has nothing. Oh, well, there's one person who's a fan of Beetleborgs, and, and someone says that they kill VR Troopers, which is like, no, they just had a decent amount of episodes. After that, it's gone, man. So, a Power Ranger clone is like, they're just, like each other. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Yeah, Eamon went, and if anyone tried to talk in the live chat was disabled. I don't know. YouTube might be working on it. Anyways, yeah.